Tim Dillon,
right?
My favorite type of gay guy.
You know, when he...
I still don't think he's gay.
You think it's just a big ruse?
I think it's a, hey, how can I'm a Republican from Long Island. How can I get in this business?
He met my girlfriend and he noticed she had because she had this shawl. She always wears these shawls. And he said, I love that pashmina. And I went, he is gay. I knew it.
Yeah, baby. We're starting the podcast right now. We're back. You know what, dude, live. Welcome, everybody, to the show. YKWD. I started social media and podcasting. The fact. The YKWD podcast. YKWD's back again. Old school, back in the day, where it all started, before them all. YKWD. This podcast is so fun and crazy. It has no rules. Shut up. You're ruining this.
Where's the bandana, man?
I'm sorry. It's a comedy podcast. This isn't NPR.
That's what this podcast does.
Is there any better show? This is the original. What's up, everybody? It's Robert Kelly, and we're here. You Know What, Dude podcast, back again at the Comedy Cellar Studios above the world-famous Comedy Cellar. This is the original podcast on the East Coast, and you're still listening. You guys who are a member of the Patreon, I want to thank you guys. You guys get it first. You guys always get the extra episode, and you get to send your questions in to the people on my show. You guys are the best. If you want to be on that and you want to support the show, it's $5 or something like that. So patreon.com/Robert Kelly. If you want to be a super fan of the show, if you're enjoying it, go there. If not, YouTube. Just hit subscribe. That's all. Just hit subscribe. Who gives a shit? Stop being stingy with your fucking clicks. I'm not going to do that. Whatever. I don't care if you watch 5 minutes of this. If you got one laugh or you hated it, I made you feel something, so do it. Also, you can check me out at punchup.live/Robert Kelly. I'm up there, and there you go. We got a great show today. Danny, who do we got on the show?
We have EmmaWillmann in the house today.
And, yeah, hello. How
Hey,
are you?
I love listening to people do promo because it like degrades quick. We'll go do the click, come on, do a click. Then it's like, just watch me for 5 minutes. Like, for fuck's sake. All right, I don't know if we're allowed to swear, but.
Yeah, you can swear.
Yeah.
Because we're comics.
Right.
I should be like, what's up, everybody? Hi, Influencer Bob takes over.
Oh,
How
boy.
you doing? What's happening? It's Robert Kelly. We're back again.
Influencer Bob, the alter ego comes out. I'd love to see that.
Oh, dude.
Influencer Bob.
Let me tell you something.
I'm
I
weird.
would kill to just do review tech.
Really?
My dream is to just get companies to send me every folding phone, every new phone, every gadget.
Would you get into it, or would you just be like, this thing blows?
No.
You get into it.
I would get into it.
They make a lot of money.
I will lie for your company.
You
I
heard
will-
it here first.
I will lie to every person out there about your product. Well, that's the hard part about it, is because you get something, you're like, this
Right.
kind of, you gotta, and I'm a comic, so I want to go, this blows.
Sure.
You can't.
It's kind of like when you like start out and you're hosting, and then you're like, the next comic coming up might not be so good, but you got to lie through your face. I love this next guy or girl or whatever. And then you bring them up, the audience hates them, and you got no trust for them. And then you're like, I couldn't tell you what I really thought before I brought them up. What am I supposed to do? But
I
this
have
is
to
gonna
lie
be
when I
mediocre.
bring Joe and Danny on the road with me. When I give it up for those, funny, right? I should go, that was mediocre.
Right, here we are.
That was better than you thought it was going to be.
I made a mistake when I came in. I said, I asked Danny, I said he looked good, but then Bobby was telling me I got to not be saying that.
I'm going to tell you why you can't say it. As a 6 fat person, as having 6 fats in my life.
Six fat. Fat, yeah.
I've been up and down my whole
Right.
life. I'm an OG fatty. My first drug was food.
I relate to that.
Okay. But as your body type, you come in, and when you say you look good, we don't want to hear it.
Okay, fair.
Because when you look good,
Thank you. You look good.
I look better.
All right.
The word you're looking for is better.
Okay. You look better. Okay, that's fair.
Danny, the word you're looking for, Danny, you look different.
You could also just say you look good. You look good is fine, but what you said is, have you been losing weight?
Yeah.
You're right. That was
the
a fuck
opposite.
up on my end.
Yeah.
I fucked up.
Yeah.
His pectoral muscles looked,
No,
and I only
they
say
don't.
it to men. I only say it to men. I say, I'll go. Sometimes, I'll give them a little thumbs up. Even it's
Yeah, because
confusing.
you can't
right?
say that to women. Your tits look
Can't.
great. You can't. That's
I won't even compliment if it's a woman like under 50. I won't even say cute dog.
Yeah.
I won't even do it because I noticed they would it would be weird because I love dogs. So I would go and I would notice they would get weird. So I would even point. So they knew I would go cute dog, and then they would be. And I realized I can't do it. So if it's under 50, I won't say it. I'll compliment guys and the dog. That's it.
Right.
Can't do it.
Well, women are hard to compliment now.
Right.
Back in the day, you'd be like, nice ass, baby.
Right.
And you can't do it anymore.
Can't do it.
You can't catcalling. You can't. I feel bad for women in that respect because not that, look, some guys are dickheads, right?
Sure.
But it must feel good to dress up. Think of me. I woke up this morning, put pants on, sprayed some cologne,
Nice.
put a whatever shirt on, and left the house. If my wife was to leave to go do a show, she'd have to wake up, take a shower, shave, pick out an outfit, put on some stuff, get ready, and she comes out looking like this. She's going to the Oscars.
Yeah, it's a whole production.
It's a thing where it's
a
like,
thing.
this is amazing. But yeah, like my wife has to, but like a girl comes down the street, you want to be like, wow, you're beautiful, but you can't.
But that's the thing. Usually they don't say, wow, you're beautiful, I think.
Yeah, I go, wow, I'd fuck the shit out of you.
Right.
All right, there's a middle ground we need to reach.
yeah. There's got to be something in the middle because,
Yeah.
wow, you're beautiful, and then keep it moving would be nice.
Tell her to beat it. You're beautiful.
Well,
Get
bye.
the fuck out.
Yeah.
Oh, no, tell her to get the fuck out.
Get it.
Oh,
You look good.
I'll just keep it. Okay.
And then you keep it going.
Okay, yeah.
Or sometimes I've seen it where the guy will compliment what a woman's wearing, and I don't know if they're trying to, like with my girlfriend, I've seen straight guys they'll go, I like that shawl or whatever. But obviously they're trying to holler, so that's like the attempt at the middle ground. But it's just kind of weird because it's like,
It's weird.
You don't like the shawl.
Turn my mic up a little bit, dude. I can't hear myself. Yeah, look, it's hard. Like I have a son.
right?
So
How old is your son again?
He's 11 now.
Wow.
But I'm trying to teach him, how to respect a girl, And it was weird too because nowadays, back in the day, you're from Boston, you get a son, you fucking like chicks.
Right.
Like, so there was a moment.
You got to probably train him. Do you remember how your dad talked to you about it?
I didn't know. I didn't have nobody talked to me about it. I didn't have anybody, like any male figure, help me with that. It was friends. That's why I grew up fucked up. That's why sex is fucked up for me. I learned from porno movies and other teenagers what you do. The first time I had sex, I had Dickie Sewell and Scott Kelly in the bushes going, dude, don't go round. You pump.
Oh.
And I was like, I'm like sticking my head up like this. And they're like, yeah.
Just so you were even able to do that, though, your first time having sex was pretty good.
I mean, pretty good. But I shouldn't have had sex at 10.
10? How old was the other person?
She was 35.
No way.
No, not.
Oh.
She was 14.
Okay, damn.
Yeah, so I shouldn't have had sex.
10 is...
I should have had somebody going, hey, man, you got to wait. Like,
Right.
there was a point when my kid, I was like, I don't know if he's into, guys or girls, And you can't just be like, you can't just force him down this road anymore,
Right.
Dude, look at that chick, And I never did that with him. And there was a couple moments with like Louis J. Gomez's son where I'm like, oh, they're going to fuck.
No.
No.
Imagine
They're...
who'd be the top of the... Nah, I can't even.
Mine would.
Yeah.
Mine would be. James could kick Max's ass. He's tougher, but James is definitely the bottom. But no, but then he started bringing up like girls. Like I remember we were out last week, and we were playing basketball, and these girls rode by on the bike. And he was, hang on, and he went over and he saw. He goes, God damn, they're hot, Dad.
Woo!
And I was just so proud.
Nature versus nurture. He came right out with it.
He came out.
Wow.
On my side.
He came out on your side. He came out.
Yeah.
God damn, they're hot.
He was like, "Duh, God damn," and they were older, like a little older than him. Yeah, like we were over my friend Mike Calta's house, who has a daughter the same age, I think a year older, and she's beautiful. And they hadn't seen each other in years. So when you're a kid, it's like you grow quick. Like they all of a sudden you go back and it's like, wow.
Every time I see my niece, it's like a whole different person.
It's a different person. So he hadn't seen her in a while, and we went to their house this year to stay over for a couple of days. And we're sitting out by the pool, and she had come out and said hi and blah, blah, blah. And he's leaning there, and he had glasses on. He leaned over to me. He's like, yo, Dad, Juliana's fucking hot.
No way.
I was like...
He's putting the glasses
I
down.
swear to God, he went, Juliana's fucking hot. And I was like,
pretty good.
You can't swear. And that's
But also...
good for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's like...
Does he get nervous around girls?
Yeah, a little bit. I've set it up with him to where he can trust me. I go, dude, you talk to me about anything. Whatever happens with your ding-ding or feelings, whatever you feel, dude, just come to me and talk to me. whatever it is, I got you. It's not, none of it is bad. None of it's just, you got to learn how to manipulate and figure out to do the right thing. I'm like, right now, you shouldn't be doing anything with girls. You shouldn't be talking weird, be respectful, blah, blah, blah.
What do you think if I could design it and control everything, I would say wait for the love of God until you're 18 to have sex. Just wait.
Wait as long
as you can.
Yeah.
Same with drinking, same with because I used to smoke. In 8th grade, I started smoking cigarettes.
Yep.
Drinking. My friend Tom Chase and I, it was like we were the only 2 kids in class whose parents got divorced, who grew up in rural Maine, and both our moms moved in these houses kind of close to each other, relative for backwoods of Maine. And we would meet up in the middle, smoke cigarettes, drink beer. 8th grade, just handicapping our brains, and we were the only 2 in special ed, and I don't think it was a coincidence.
It is. I think because when we grew up, they weren't around as much.
Play outside.
Now it's too much. They helicopter their fucking kids too much. I let my kid do shit, but yeah, I say 18 is a good age to.
Too bad we can't control it.
You can't, because he's gonna wind up kissing a girl before then. I just don't. Sex. It's sex. I don't want you penetrating a vagina, or I don't want you putting a penis in your mouth until you're 18. Whatever he decides.
Totally.
To do.
Just don't do it until then.
Yes. Yeah. I don't give people, dude, I don't give a fuck. It's like this, dude, if my son was gay, what?
Right.
You're going to have awesome parties?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Start dressing a little better.
Yeah.
Or maybe you'll have the gay son who doesn't, there's all types of gay guys now. We just don't see him as much.
I know. Well, you kind of do.
The ones where you can't tell at all?
You can't tell. Like, you didn't know Joe and Danny were gay?
No.
Yeah.
No, Danny's not gay.
I know.
Okay.
He's not gay. He would do gay stuff, though. No, I actually, those are the gay, like Tim Dillon.
Right.
My favorite type of gay guy.
When he...
I still don't think he's gay.
You think it's just a big ruse?
I think it's hey, how can I'm a Republican from Long Island. How can I get in this business?
He met my girlfriend, and he noticed she had because she had this shawl. She always wears these shawls, and he said, I love that pashmina. And I went, he is gay. I knew it. Because I always thought the same thing. Because I'm like, it's just perplexed my mind. And I always liked it, but he noticed it. He pointed it out. And then she was like, oh, thank you. And I was like, how did he know that word? She goes, he's gay. And I'm like, he is gay. And then he went right back to being, how he normally is.
Trump's going to 24.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there is a lot of different type of gay guys now.
Have you ever met a guy that he's been with?
Yeah, it's weird. I know a gay guy. I'm not going to out him. I think he might be out, but I'm not going to out him. But I knew he was gay back in the day, and we hung out a lot. We were like friends. Like, he would call me in the middle of the night and come over to my house with me and my wife, and I'd go hang with him all the time. And
Close friend.
Close friend, like where we'd hang in the car and just talk and stuff like that. And he would talk about, being lonely and stuff like that. But then one day he came in, we stopped talking. He came into the cellar one night with somebody who looked exactly like me. And I found out his type was me. So then I was like,
Wait a minute.
It was usual suspects. It was Kaiser Soze. I was like,
yeah. Start doing the math.
He was trying. He was waiting. He was seeing if
see if you were a little lonely too.
If I was going to drop the bitch and switch.
Right.
and yeah, there is a type, but I think Dylan's type is not me. Thank God, because we wouldn't be able to do it.
I was at the stand for the old stand years ago for a Frantic show, and Tim Dillon and Mateo Lane went on stage together, and Aaron Berg brought them up as a couple. He just said they were a couple.
Yeah.
And I just believed it. So for 5 years, I assumed that Tim Dillon and Mateo Lane were dating at one point. And then I said it to multiple people, and then someone called, like, no, they weren't. And then I was like, what? And I guess Berg was just doing a bit.
Danny, the fact that you thought Mateo, I mean, Mateo is with a Mateo. There is certain things in life you can't change.
Sometimes, though, you'll see matchups that really cross all types of things.
Once in a while. But
Once in a while.
Dating. You think Mateo would date? No offense against Tim.
Only because I know them, so I know that that's not where it would line up. But sometimes you do see
what
you see.
What?
I don't know how to say.
You think Mateo?
No, not not actual Mateo, but a Mateo type would be with a Tim Dillon type. Funny.
That's a thing.
It's a
like girls who like me are into this.
It's a fetish a little bit.
Yes.
I relate to that though. I'm a niche. I would say I'm a very niche.
What
case.
are you?
I just
like, because I know that I think I'm a daddy something.
Ooh.
I'm a silver fox daddy. because we
Sounds good.
We went over this. I didn't want to be a sloppy bottom boy.
No. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, you're
of
fine
course.
if you're a
Make
sloppy.
the world go round. Yeah.
But I know that gay guys. We went through that one day. What we are. What would you be?
I know I'm a very niche taste. Like it's like because
like gay women don't have that.
not so. I mean, some of them I'm not as plugged. I wish I knew was like more plugged into the. I know they've got like soft butch, femme, but I don't know exactly what type I am, but I know because I think about it a lot because I'll feel like self-conscious about how I look, and then I'll go like if I'm in a really conservative place, I'll be like, okay, I'm really gonna build a bridge here, or whatever. But then I'll think, okay, I'm self-conscious about how I look, but it's not like. I'm not like bad looking, but I just look different. I don't know what normal is, but I look like I'm like a real in-betweener.
Really?
So I don't know what the exact
I
terminology
feel you
would
must
be.
get hit on by guys a lot.
Not really, but thank you.
No?
No.
Because
But I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're very, I would say, white exotic.
Ooh.
Is that good?
Nice. That could be my stripper name, I guess. White exotic. I don't get hit on by guys. I also don't get
Really?
hit on by women either. And I was talking to this friend of mine about this. I was talking to Ashley Gavin about it. She's a comedian. We were driving. And she was talking about some message she got that was really aggressive. And she was like, what do you do if you get a message like that? And I was like, I don't really. But I think it's because on stage, or a lot of times, I'm like, I'm a mess. I got ADD. I got schmutz on myself. I'm trying to really clean it up. But it's not the type of, I'm making fun of myself.
Right.
And I think
you're a comic.
so when someone sees someone being cooler,
Yeah.
to me that's cool. I'm also very friendly. So it's not like I think sometimes people go for more like elusiveness.
I don't know.
I think.
I'm surprised.
Or maybe I'm just making excuses. Maybe it's a personality thing. I don't know.
You're in shape.
Thank you.
You got great hair.
Thank
You're
you.
very beautiful. You got beautiful eyes, nice features.
Oh, I got to start my morning with you every day. Thank you.
You know what I mean? And you're outgoing. I mean, I don't know why. That's fascinating that people don't.
Yeah, I don't know if it's. I mean,
Have you had guys hit on you?
I can't even remember the last time it happened. Really, no. I mean, I got a couple messages on Instagram. I remember this one guy over the pandemic sent me a message of himself. And he was like, topless isn't the right word, shirtless.
Oh, God, why?
With he's in the mirror doing that, and he sent me this, and he said, "Any interest or something like that?" And I said, "No, but thanks for sending. Keep putting yourself out there." And then he sent me
You are the worst at compliments.
because I don't get in on. So I said, keep on.
Putting yourself out there.
I said, someone will bite. It's not me, but keep going for it.
Just say no. Don't compliment people on their weight, and just say no.
Just write back no.
Just no. How about no? Thank you.
Oof.
Keep putting yourself out there, kid.
I feel like it's better to just not respond than to just write no.
Probably yes.
No.
Or thumbs down.
Ooh.
Or the pukey emoji.
Yeah. I said,
I'll
and then he sent me a dick pic.
He did.
I think it was because it was like X'd out.
Oh, he didn't send you the full dick pic.
I didn't click on it.
What do you think? That was going to put him over the edge?
I don't know if he was like, this will get you. I don't know. But I didn't. That was like the last time. If that qualifies as hit on, that was like the last time it was like a real direct.
I'm pretty sure that qualifies as assault.
The lines. Do you get hit on after shows? You're very open about being married. You wear the ring, obviously. And you talk about being married and your kid, yeah.
Yeah, I get hit on, flirt and stuff like that. But because I think I talk about being married on stage so much that girls don't. Like, it bugs me because, like, Danny opens for me a lot. And he'll get the girls I probably would get. Like, okay, this happened last week, and it bugs me. I know I love my wife. I love my wife. I love my wife.
Sure,
I love my
it's not in question.
I love you. I love
He
you.
loves you.
I love you, honey.
Does she listen?
But no, she doesn't want anything I do. She doesn't listen to me when we're in the room together, talking.
Let alone extra time. Yeah.
So, but that's married.
Right.
You can't. I accept that fully. I get it. But there was a girl last week. I'm on show, packed, sold out.
Where was it at?
Versani's, great room in Port Charlotte. Just great club, great owners. And I'm on stage, and in the front row, there's an old couple, there's a dude with a beard, and there's this smoking hot blonde. Tattoos, right up my alley. Sundress. I mean, there's nothing.
Cute.
There's nothing like a sundress
with tattoos. Yeah, you got sweet, you got edgy. There is something attractive about that.
Yeah, you got Laura Ingalls and Kat Von D.
Yes, it's saying a lot. Was she with the old guy?
No, she had hay hair. Oh my God, she was so right. Like, fuck, what I would not do for you. I would be your little, whatever you told me to do, I would just do. You know, she was like that up my alley. And I said, you know, are you with her? Are you together? She goes, no. I go, are you with the old couple? No. She came by herself.
Wow.
Front row, by herself, sundress, tattoos. Not with the guy.
You said,
Not
what are you
with your
doing
couple.
here? And she said, I'm here for Danny.
No. Is Danny Braff going to be here? And then she started looking up because she had ADHD. No, she was autistic too.
Right.
Even
better.
Is Joe Russell coming? How come I can't hear myself? But so I wound up going, dude, you're single. I did that.
Right.
He's single. You guys should hook up. I knew the kid and I knew the couple. Like the kid and the couple were together. They're friends of mine. They're fans that see me all the time. It's just, I knew the older couple, but I didn't know that he grew a beard and he's a friend of mine, blah, blah, blah. So it took me a minute to go, oh, that's you now. He's like manlier.
Right.
And so after the show, she comes out for the photo. I'm up front and I'm with them. And I'm like, hey, I did that stupid thing.
Right. Because you're trying to do what you can to be in the mix of type of flirtation. So you gotta, it's like you're living vicariously through the situation.
Old Bobby would have been like, hey, that's cool. Hey, what's up? Come here for a second.
You'd go right to it.
I would go, hey, what's up?
You were very
what's
confident.
going on? I would be like, what's up? Stand over here. You hanging out for a minute? Hang out for a minute.
Ooh.
Let's talk for a second.
So you had no social anxiety, nothing.
I would have, no.
You go right to it.
I would have been like, hey, what's up? What's going on? Hang out for a second. You hanging?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
If someone's looking for, like, I think that's a good one. Are you hanging out for a second? I think that's a very, because it gives a person a lot of agency to come and go.
And then I go do this shit, and they're looking at me taking photos.
Yeah. Look, I'm good with people.
Right? And then I would take the phone, and then I go, hey, come. And then I go, let's walk over here for a second. All right. Go back.
You want anything?
You want to come back? Right. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, you guys should hook up.
Right. Do you two? But what are you?
And then she left. I wound up talking to the old couple.
There's no way for you to win this situation in the category of flirting because
I could have. Old Bobby would have.
Old Bobby could have.
I would. Old Bobby would. Hey, nice to see you. Take care. Thanks for coming.
Right.
Let's go. I was like, hey, look, I love these people. So I'm talking to him. I turn around and he goes, I got her number. And I was like,
good for you, fuckface.
I was so mad.
Right. And he goes, you set us up.
He went on a date with her.
How'd it go?
I don't
He
want.
goes, oh, it's the best sex of my life.
If they get married and have a beautiful children, I'll regret it for the rest of my life.
You're just gonna be harassing them the whole time.
Oh.
They're gonna thank you at the wedding. Thank you for setting us up, and you go, fuck you guys, fuck you guys. You're stirring the pot.
It's like, God, but look, I'm not gonna do anything.
Exactly. The scenario for you to win in isn't a competition you can't beat.
But I still would have liked the accolade. I still would like. I love when girls like. My thing was, what type of girl do you like? The ones that like me.
That's the desire is the most attractive thing,
right?
If someone desiring something to me is the most, I would take. I was just thinking about this the other day, and I don't know how this scenario popped in my head, but it was like I would rather. I think I was talking about porn with someone. I would rather, instead of watching someone who's like conventionally very attractive,
right,
but like mildly, like they're like, I'm asexual, take it or leave it. That does nothing for me. I would rather have the most conventionally unattractive.
Yeah.
I would rather have, not that he's unattractive, but it's not who you would think of as attractive. Say Donald Trump in a skirt going, there's been a big miscommunication. I'm a whore. I need to get my ass pounded like the pussy that it is. Like I can't think straight. So someone comes to me, I would go, oh my God.
Did he say that?
We text.
But if you text?
If he did,
Wilma.
that would get me interested because it's the desire. Did you watch Baby Reindeer?
Yep.
Do you know the sex scene in that?
Yeah.
I found her attractive in that moment.
Which one?
The girl. I found her attractive in
the chubby
sex scene.
one.
Yeah, where he like.
I found his girlfriend in that. Attractive.
She was pretty.
She was real pretty.
And I have a bad thing with my ADHD. I skim around shows.
Yep.
So I missed the whole plot line actually with them.
I've watched whole movies. I'll watch an Indian movie, like just fast forward through it. And I understand the whole movie.
I always think I do, and then someone brings up, they go, "Oh, you did the thing where the person was trans in Baby Reindeer." I was like, "I missed that." They're like, "How'd you miss
well,
that?"
they didn't show it.
Okay, I missed the whole plot line on that.
Yeah, you had to kind of hear it.
Really?
He said it because when she first came in, I didn't know. I didn't know either. And then all of a sudden, because whatever, you don't know. And then they now know what I'm talking about.
And they met on like there's
and then
a spoiler.
Then the show got real hot.
Then
it got real.
Then it really turned on. They had that sex scene. I did fast forward to the one where real spoiler, if you watch it, the guy has sex with the girl that's like obsessed with him. And I found her attractive in that because there was like such a desire.
Yeah, no,
there.
there's something about somebody who likes you.
Yes.
I've been with crazy girls, but they liked me a lot. They really liked me, and it just took away all the other stuff because I don't know, there's something sexy about that.
It's the most intense. Have you ever introduced a friend to one of those girls where it could conventionally be totally not what they would like? I had this friend, Mike, R.I.P. He was a comedian. I don't know if you ever met him. He used to always be over at the Lantern. Mike Cross?
No.
Okay. So I remember I knew Mike, and there was this girl I was dating, and she was so fun.
Right.
So fun. Not my normal type per se, and she was not what you would say on paper as attractive, right?
Yeah.
But fun.
Yeah.
Really fun. And he met her, and the second she turns around, he went, oof. And I go, what are you doing? Like, I was like, and he goes, oof. And he goes, wow. And then he goes, you look like, and then he said this girl's name, and I go, you can't tell someone I look like that person. That's a classically unattractive person.
Coming from you? Danny, your chest is smaller. What?
He said that, and I go, you got to keep it cool no matter what. But she was just like a good time. And I would looking back, like that was one of the most fun people I've had sex with.
Yeah,
Lazy eye and deaf in one ear.
What?
Yeah. Yep. We would try to do her doc, and she'd be like, "What? What?" But still, she was so down for anything and just fun.
Yeah, I don't have a conventional. I had sex with a chick who looked like David Letterman.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, you win. Yeah.
Exactly.
Because it's like people always say my dad looks like David Letterman.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I
there was just we were in a room full of people, and she liked me.
Right.
And we wound up talking, and I was like, all this goes away.
it all goes away.
It all goes. I mean, my wife was a 6 when I met her. No, she's a.
This is why she doesn't listen.
No, I know this is why. No, but at the time I met her, I was young, starting comedy.
Right.
My ego was out of control. I was, fucking all that shit. And I was dating, smoking hot, 10s and stuff. And she was just a regular chick. She was beautiful. I look back now, though, at photos of her when I met her, and I'm like, dude, she was hot. Like, my wife was the fucking hottest girl. Not only because of who she was, like, personally.
But also actually hot, just in your brain at the time.
Because I like, look at, man, I would put girls through tests. You know what I mean?
Like
I would bring them in rooms with people who are annoying, like comedians. And if they were like, wow, they're fun. I'd be like, you're gone.
I had a similar type test.
Yeah.
So when I would first go on dates, I had this clip I used to show. This is like 9 years ago. Like it'd be after,
Is it
like,
Eddie F clip?
you know whose clip it was? What do you think? You like the way he looked?
You think he's funny?
I would show. I like Eddie.
I
would
love
show,
Eddie. I'm just kidding. Don't do that.
Yeah. It was Leonard Oots. I swear to God. Did you ever see
You want to fuck him?
Leonard Oots?
I remember. What happened to Leonard Oots?
I haven't seen Leonard Oots last time
Where
I saw him.
is he?
The last time I saw him, we were both in Vegas. I haven't talked to him in years.
He was on the rise.
Oh man, funny. But
Yeah.
this is how much I like Leonard Oots. He had a live at Access,
Right.
That set that I thought was so fucking funny.
Yeah.
That if I'd be in a date, him and then Carly Aquilino, who's a friend of mine.
Okay.
I would show them a clip of her.
Yeah.
I would say, "Oh, you got to see my friend," and then I'd show, and I would kind of watch them watch her.
Yeah.
And if they were like. I mean, it's tough. I'm setting them up for it because they're going to be like, she's funny.
Yeah.
But then with him, I would watch them, and if they would laugh at those two, then I would be like, okay. But if they weren't into either of those two,
Yeah.
to me, I'd be like, I can't.
Yeah.
That's how fun. That's how much I just put into that.
I brought my wife now into this club and sat at the table with those people. And when we left, I go, what'd you think? Like, fucking annoying. I was like, the other one.
Wow.
Yeah. I used to do that all the time with girls.
It's even more doing it with real people in real time.
Yeah.
Because then they're like reacting on the fly. I was
Yeah.
just watching them watch something, which in retrospect is kind of creepy of me to just be like watching something.
No,
Who am I?
it's-
But it
Yeah.
meant a lot.
Like my girl, like like certain things I ask her about, like, what if a guy just pulled his dick out? You know what I mean? Like, what if if I didn't want to do it, I wouldn't do it. I'd say,
Right.
put it back, you fucking idiot. I go, but would you be like hurt and fuck? She goes, it's a dick. No, I don't care. If I wanted to suck it, I'd suck it. I was like,
Okay.
I mean, it's just a like,
Right.
I mean, like okay, you're my type of person because I'm the same way. I don't want to do it. You know what I mean?
I don't know what I think it depends on the power dynamic of it because the shock of it, I'd be like, I don't know what the hell I do.
No, it would have to be like we're on a date.
Oh, yeah, in
and
context.
in
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like
It's not like your boss or your Uber driver.
Yeah, you
or
meet
something.
Biden
Okay,
and he goes, "Hey, come here," and he sniffs your ear and then pulls his cock out.
Wow.
That would be. I mean, I'd let that happen.
I would be in so much shock.
Yeah, but I'd take a selfie.
I think I'd be like, will you give me a cabinet position? I don't know. Something. Like, I don't even know. Were you following the Hunter Biden stuff?
A little bit, yeah.
I followed it a little bit. Now, I thought Hunter Biden was gay because I thought he was in gay porn. And I need to start reading the news more carefully.
No, yeah. Well, we all should stop reading the news.
So that's what I did. I did stop reading the news.
Right.
But then the problem is I get bits and pieces.
Yeah.
And then it's even worse.
It's so bad.
So I don't weigh in on anything unless I can think of something I have a solution to. And I got no solution, so I just don't weigh in on any of it.
Well, I weighed in on yesterday on the bonfire because, that whole Kevin Spacey thing was close to me because it happened with, Weinstein and then Louis and then Kevin.
Right.
And then they tried to get Aziz. And it was like this whole thing that was happening.
And each case is a very unique, very separate from the other one,
But
too.
people don't do that.
Right.
People don't do that.
It's critical.
They don't do that anymore.
Because I wouldn't put Aziz and Weinstein in the same.
They don't do that with
anything.
they don't even do that with politics.
Right.
It's either or.
Right.
And if you're that, you're that. If you're this, you're this. And it's like, guys, you got to fucking stop.
Right.
And
because they might all just be the same.
they might all be the same. I mean,
I'm getting paranoid. I really am. I got audited. Now I don't know what's what.
Oh, we got to talk about that.
Yeah.
But with, I brought up the Kevin Spacey thing because I watched the documentary.
I haven't seen it yet. I want to. He used to be my favorite actor.
He
used to be my favorite actor.
He's one
Kevin
of my,
Spacey was my favorite
still
actor.
one of my favorite actors.
Okay.
I will not throw out what you did until I don't know.
You don't believe it.
I don't.
You watched the whole documentary.
I watched the documentary, and I was like, okay, the little kid stuff, you're a piece of shit.
Right.
Okay. So then you watch it, but the other stuff, it was like, well, that was just a guy
But he's
who's
still got
closeted, who's in Hollywood. Okay. I don't expect Hollywood stars, athletes, and gazillionaires to be appropriate. You know what I mean? I expect priests to not blow kids. I expect, the rest of us to have some type of moral compass when it comes to that stuff. But these people are egomaniacs that we want them to be that. We pay them we put them there. And then we make them gods. And then when they do God behavior, like partying and drugs and we're like, wait a minute, you're not supposed, it's like, whatever. But
because he's doing partying, drugs, and then.
Well, he did he was trying to hook up with guys and he was using whatever, like, look, I'm on stage and girls are coming up to me. You think they come up to me if I was?
Didn't he drug people too? I still haven't seen it yet.
No.
Oh, he didn't?
No.
Oh, see, I got to see it.
No, he didn't drug.
No drugging?
No, he didn't
Oh.
drug anybody. That was the thing too. Is like I watched it like, okay, let me find out what this. And I watched it and I was like, look, I don't think what he did was that bad. I think it was inappropriate and abuse of power on his part. But it goes back to my wife. If you had a script and you were going to give it to a guy and he was like, all right, if you suck my dick, I'll make this script happen. What would you do? I tell you to go fuck off.
Right.
I mean, if they offered fucking Stallone millions to not be Rocky and he went, no. And he walked away. It's the character of you. So how your character's weak and you were like, yeah, all right, this guy was married and he sucked his dick.
Do you think they should still report it?
I think you should take the hit and be like, look, I should have said,
right.
let me out. Why? Because I'm not doing this weird shit.
Right. And then if someone doesn't let you out, then you go, okay,
you
now we got
can't
a whole
sell
other
your
level.
soul to the devil and the devil fucking reneges on the deal.
Right.
Go, wait a minute.
Yeah, this
you
guy.
Said, if you come to my mouth.
Right.
I told my wife.
Right. We had a deal.
We had a deal,
yeah.
I got to go back to my wife with cum breath.
I thought he had, I see, that's why I got to watch it because I'm only getting bits and pieces of it.
Well, here's the thing is I brought it up, he went on Piers Morgan and he talked about.
He did.
He talked about he gave his side.
Okay.
And I listened to the side. And apparently in the case with the little kid, he was found innocent in a court of law. All the evidence was presented, and he was found innocent that he didn't do anything. He had another kid that was like it never happened, and the other kid who the other actor kid, and he didn't grab his junk. Apparently, he was supposed to lie on top of him and he was trying to seduce him, which is bad. You don't seduce a kid. You don't
No.
bring, I get it. You don't bring a kid back to your apartment. But again, it's Hollywood. These fucking weirdos. I don't live in Hollywood, and I would never raise my kid in Hollywood, and I because I don't want to be part of that shit.
Right.
Right? So I'm not going to judge you because that's what you want. You want to do weird shit, right? You want to fuck, but the kid stuff is off limits. But
100% off limits.
But he got proven innocent in the court. So it's like, okay, so now I know the courts don't always get it right.
Right.
I'm not going to say that, but why do we have, it's like, dude.
I got to watch that documentary.
And then he got, so then all the other stuff, he had like the one guy who, said this, he called him a year later. He was in town. Let's get together. He has emails and phone calls from these people. And he has the documentation of like, yeah, these guys were still, if they were so fucked up about what happened between us, why are they still talking to me? But then there was a kid, I guess he stuck his finger in his butt or whatever. Terrible. Unbelievable. But, okay.
Yeah, because it.
But I've had situations where I've done stuff with girls, and but they liked it. You know what I mean? But in that context of, hey, we're here. There's energy. You try to kiss or you try to do something, and the word is no, and the word is stop, and the word is what the fuck you doing? You know what I mean? I think he used his ego and what he was to get sex and stuff like that. I think that was bad. But is it bad enough to eliminate him from life? Is it bad enough to just put him in the same thing as a rapist?
I gotta
or a
watch
pedophile.
it.
You know what I mean?
I
just think there's levels to it.
So many levels.
And I think that him coming out, learning his lesson, there's a point of forgiveness where it's like, all right, guys, we've hit him enough.
I do believe in forgiveness, and I believe, especially in the idea of I've always been so attracted to the idea of like repenting, and I think that's because I always was like I'm gonna mess things up because I'll put myself out there. So I always very attracted to the idea of repenting.
Yeah,
but it is that's the thing too when you see a headline of anything involving someone that's like under a certain age, and then I read the whole backstory with the.
But
it's a lot.
If that kid comes, like I said this yesterday. Like, but all the callers from Bonfire were mad. Like, a bunch of them were calling up, "What the fuck, Bob?" Blah, blah. And there was one guy who was screaming, and he kept hanging up, and he wouldn't talk to me. But I'm like,
triggering in the right sense of it. Someone's like, there's,
I'm not mad at
triggered. That's no, but this is like a trigger.
I get it, what they're saying. But tell me, and I'll flip-flop.
And let me ask you this.
I'll be on your side in 2 seconds. Like, if that
review goes back to tech, you're like, you know what?
If that kid came out and went on Piers Morgan and was like, dude, he did this to me, and he fuck him, he's lying, I'd be like, I believe you. I believe the kid. I fuck you.
Do you think? Because I had this, and it was something I'm working on in therapy for years. Because I was like, I would be almost like overly empathetic with people for whatever they did, especially if I could understand their backstory. Because I had some choppy things in childhood that then made me want to really see people as people, but where it went bad is I'd almost be too understanding.
Right.
So, and I wonder if we lean towards almost being like too okay, well, you did this because of that, and especially being entertained a little bit. Like maybe we're a little skewed with it.
Well, dude,
maybe not. But
I don't know, because what happens with us is the way we get stuff now is so third, fifth, thousandth hand.
Right.
And we're getting it from a viewpoint, like when Louis first, a friend of mine was talking to me today. He goes, I was talking about the situation, and he was in a room with people he was working for when it all happened.
This is your friend or Louis?
This is my friend, and he does other stuff. And they were like, "Did you hear what happened?" Yeah, Louis raped people. So by the time they got the story,
right, you go, whoa.
It's like, so whoever hears that, now that it went from being, hey, can I do this? No, okay, right, to.
So I know
to that, and it's like that's the world we live in. And so I'm not going to listen to a guy on Twitter or a guy calling up who knows nothing as much as I do.
Right.
As much as I do,
and
you're telling me I'm a piece of shit too.
Right.
Now I'm a fucking because I got people yelling at me because I backed my friend Louis. I read the article. I talked to the actual person, and I believed the person. And then I read the stuff, and it kind of backed that stuff. And I was like, okay, dude, I got it. And like you said, I understand he understood what happened. and he understands that. Listen, I'm not going to put these women through anymore. I'm just back. Okay, I'm sorry.
I know for myself too. I realized with the Louis one specifically, I was like, I'm an unreliable narrator or I can't necessarily because I noticed. I was like, oh man, if I think the person's funny, I go, wait a minute, let me read all the facts. I don't know.
If you
about
think
this.
they're funny, they can rape kids.
And
right. I understand what you're right.
That's what I was ultimately getting at. But I remember that. And then, so I was like, whoa. Like, I need to hear everything. And then I caught myself because then there was someone who I didn't particularly like.
Yeah.
And a hint of something. I didn't even hear someone go, oh, do you hear this person might be getting called out? I go, guilty, fuck that guy, because I didn't like him.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know what? I have to really step back from any of this.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at it, looking to co-sign what I might already feel about people. Like, right. I'd say Jim Jeffries is probably my favorite comic. If anyone said anything about Jim Jeffries, I go, whoa. Who said what about where? I gotta see that. You would have to, because it's like, I love him.
Yeah.
So, but then if it was someone that I didn't like, I go, I fucking knew it. They go, we didn't even tell you what he did. I go,
I
did
know.
it. So now I gotta, because it was like, it's a whole, you gotta remove that stuff because I go, oh God, this bias.
And here's the thing too. I don't want to become a private investigator,
right?
To fucking talk on a show or have an opinion,
right?
I'm just a comic trying to be interesting for a couple of hours and maybe make you laugh for a little bit. But all of a sudden, we have to become fucking pundits.
I'm trying to be interesting.
Yeah. Like, it's like, guys, we're only trying to entertain you on these things.
Sure.
So, wherever you are listening, you might feel a little something.
That's a hot button. Anything with the touch and molesting and all that stuff, that is getting real.
Yeah.
Have you ever met, not to make too much of a jump,
child molester? I know people that look like them.
Have you ever?
Danny, if you look at him, just him. If I put
are spending too much time together.
If I put a lineup of guys and said which one is a child molester, everybody like that guy right there.
They're like, Bobby, we really don't want to play this game anymore. Like, why is he always making us do this weird fucking game? Just you pointing at the. Have you ever met a private detective?
Yeah, I know. I know a smoking
really
hot girl private detective.
Because you go, how's she get? Because I met one too.
Yeah,
she was not smoking hot, but it was so hard because it was a friend of a friend and my mom. We were all at a dinner party, and I wanted to ask her so many questions.
Yeah, and
I got like 3 in, but I didn't want to because I'm sure they get asked the same stuff all the time. But she was a friend of yours. Or someone you knew? She
would come to the cellar a long time ago, and she worked for a PI guy.
Yep.
Who actually had a TV show, and she would work with him. So she was a PI too. I think I'd be a great PI. I love sitting in a car.
I love sitting in a car. And I love talking.
I love following people.
But I'm sloppy.
I love following people to their houses. I love looking
That's
at windows.
That's how we met. You showed right up at my plate. I lose things. I forget things.
Oh, you'd be a terrible.
So I'd be a terrible. I'd get caught.
You'd have to have a notepad like Columbo.
And I'd be leaving all my I would be a bad PI. I would be really bad. But I would like a stakeout.
I love stakeout.
I love a stakeout.
I like steaks.
I like steaks. Sitting in the car eating steak. I wanted to ask that PI.
You'd be a good cop.
You think?
Oh my God, yeah.
I get distracted. Yeah, I mean, I would.
You're shredded.
Thank
right?
you.
Now you work out all the time, right?
I have been recently this past year. I've been doing a whole thing. I really fluctuate with it.
I saw
big time, but it helps my.
On your Instagram, you have a picture of your abs.
So let me tell you about the backstory of this.
Okay, first of all, I mean, to me, like you're smoking hot.
Thank you so much.
I mean, this is when I saw
Man,
this,
I worked so hard on that.
I was like,
you know what my mom said when she saw this?
Beautiful.
You know what my mom said?
She was like,
now I love my mom and we're close.
Yeah.
And I had to take a beat at this. It was like 6 a.m.
Bring it there. Leave that back up there.
She goes, ew.
What?
I know. And I worked because the thing was I was frustrated with a lot of stuff.
Why would she say ooh?
And there's a lot of things I was frustrated with. So I said, what's something I can control? And then also I was like, you know what? I'm gonna really go for it. I'm gonna start working out with my friend Ian, who's a bodybuilder.
Oh, I thought you meant Ian Finance.
Not Ian Finance.
I'm gonna smoke cigarettes, ride a bike.
Oh man, Ian did say after I posted this picture that was funny. Him and Jordan Jensen had total opposite reactions to it. Jordan, after the picture came out, she was like, hey, like, do you eat protein bars? Like, ask me some questions about protein. I saw Ian a couple nights later. I hadn't seen him in months. So I was about to say, hey, how are you? He just lifts up his shirt and smacks his belly and goes, can I eat cheese? And I was like, what? And he was like, can I eat cheese? And I was like, I don't know how to untangle this.
All right, so tell me what happened.
So this is for a picture like this.
Yeah.
So we train a whole bunch. So it was like about a year, right? We're doing stuff. It's going up. It's going down. Like we're doing building muscle, losing weight. It's a whole thing. Now when we get, and I had this picture in mind. I wanted to do like a Fight Club type thing.
Yeah, it's exactly what, yeah.
But with that, so about Ian's bodybuilding, he goes, we're going to do it like a bodybuilding competition. They got all these tips and tricks on things. So he goes, you got to get this certain type of spray tan. And then he said, you got to do everything I say 24 hours before these photos. And he was not kidding. So he goes, 24 hours, he goes, no salt. It was no salt, no water. Which I was like, yeah, easy. That was hard. So I'm doing no salt, no water. And then the morning of, he goes, call me, send me a picture. And he goes, okay, take a shot of espresso, do a shot of espresso. He goes, eat a bunch of rice cakes. Eat a bunch of rice cakes. And he goes, take a pill that I put in your backpack. I said, okay. And now him and I are both sober. So I said, it's not a not a mental one.
Sure.
So I take it, doesn't do anything. He goes, you'll see when you get to the photo shoot. It's a diuretic, so it takes all the water. So bodybuilders do this. It's how you get the pop in veins. Mm-hmm. It takes all the water out and just like, I don't know where the hell it goes, pumps you up. So by the time I took my shirt off with the photos, I was doing it with Phil Provencio, and he went, whoa. And I was like, whoa. I was like, this actually is not, it gives you that extra 5% look there. So this particular look lasted about 3 hours, and I had to drink a bunch of water and like
to live.
To live. I was like,
so you brought yourself to death.
Brink of death.
That's what they do.
But it showed me, I was like, oh man, there's so much that goes into, even if you are at your peak, you're not walking around like that.
Can't walk around.
Can't walk around like that.
Well, fighters, they get down to that weight. That's why McGregor was such a dominant 145. He's a 170.
That's wild.
He's a 170. So he would get down to 145. Look at the photos of
it's
Conor McGregor at 145. He looks like emaciated, but then right after weigh-ins, water, food, and he puts 20 pounds back.
So they can be, this is probably really stupid. I watch boxing, but they can be any weight when they walk into the ring. It just has to be at the weigh-in.
Just at the weigh-ins.
Interesting.
You have to weigh in legally at that weight.
Right.
So the trick is you go in, you're a 170, 155, go down to 145, and he cleaned the house. That's why he went up, I think, to 155, and he got that belt. He was a double belt champ.
To get down to 145, I mean, because to lose muscle too, I mean, that's a thing.
But those guys would, I mean, they trained. They had a whole team of people around them, and then before they would sauna, sweat, get it all out. Whatever they could do legally, get it the fuck out, go in, weigh in, and you see them. As soon as they're done weighing in, there's somebody there with a big purple something, and they're drinking and a thing of food.
Purple something.
Yeah, they have whatever, electrolyte.
Right.
And they're eating rice, and they just immediately put that weight back on. If you see the difference between when they John Jones, same thing. John Jones is a heavyweight. He's fighting at light heavyweight.
Did you see the picture?
Look at
when. Let me see.
Looking at him as a look at 170. Look at the size.
Wow.
Can you see him? You can't see because of the light. Can you see?
Doesn't even look like the same person.
I mean, yeah. I mean, look how thin he got, and then that's 170. Now he won at 145. Then he went up to 155, which is a better weight for him. Doesn't have to cut as much because they cut the weight and they get sick. They get really bad. They change the
and the mental mind game of it. You're distracted. It's hard to focus. It fucks up your hormones.
Well, they weigh in now the day before. They used to weigh in. They weigh in the day before when they come out and face off.
Right.
They used to weigh in at the face off. Now when they come out for the face off, that was like an extra day, which was really hard. So now they have a day to recuperate.
Every
2 days.
day that you're like that, I couldn't have lasted
they have
another
2 days to recuperate. They only had that 1 day before because at the face off they come in, weigh in 145. And if you're over, you're fucked, right?
Right.
So now they do it the day before. So in the face-off, that weigh-in is bullshit. They already weighed them in. They're in.
I've never been able to stomach watching UFC, but there's something about with the bones, the idea of the bones cracking. But I've gotten into watching boxing because it was Andy Ruiz. Did you watch that fight with when the Mexican American? There was something about it. I got into his backstory. I was crying. Yeah. I had like a T-shirt with his face on it.
Oh, really?
I know. And then I thought he was gonna win the second fight.
Yeah.
And I turned on him real quick. I was one of those people because I was like, he's gonna win. Even though I was watching it, and you see him in the interviews, he'd be like drinking beers, showing But
it's weird. Like, all right, mixed martial arts. The reason why, to me, it's the best.
And I've never watched a full fight of it.
The reason why it's the best to me. You can tap out. And the judge will. You don't have. boxers go until they get knocked the
Right.
fuck out.
See, I didn't even know that about UFC. That does make a difference.
In UFC, you can be like, I'm out.
Right.
And that to me, and the ref, you can't, as soon as that he sees that person at all.
Done. It's over.
It's not a 3, it's not, you don't get a 10 count. Boxers get a 10 count. They get knocked to the ground out. That means their brain smashed in the skull to where they fell.
Right.
They get to do that 3 times.
Ooh,
and they
not
get a
good for
10
you.
count. I mean, I love boxing. It's an art, but to me, I love that the guy can be like, all right, before he gets
Tapping
choked
out.
out. And it's everything. So it's like, okay, they're wrestling. They're doing jiu-jitsu.
Kneeing each
It's
other.
boxing. That's taekwondo.
Right.
It's every single martial art that people can put into one person, and now they're going in. So you're truly seeing, I believe, who the toughest guy is.
I love anything that has to do with heart too, because it's like, to me, that's your heart. That's effort. That's a winner. Anything where it's like, what is the amount that you're gonna? The bar of entry is like, how much can you take? What can you overcome? Anything where it's like, that's the heart on display.
Yeah.
Because that's pure.
You're talking a guy who has to train in every form. He has to box. They have to weight train. They have to jiu-jitsu. They have to wrestle. They have to
recover and take those punches and take that.
Yeah, and that's another thing too. There's jiu-jitsu involved. So, and there's wrestling. So it's not all just getting punched in the head. Boxing is you're trying to punch them in the head as hard as you can until they literally go out.
Kidney and all the.
I mean,
shit.
boxing is a tougher sport. It's tougher. You know what I mean? It's not tougher, but you're getting hit in the face. And that, like, they'll go to the ground and start. So there's a guy trying to choke you out. There's another guy defending it. It's chess. So you're watching the guy, and he's about to get that, and then the guy slips his arm and puts his head that way, and then all of a sudden he's on top. It's like, how the fuck does that happen?
I should watch one. I should. I've never been able to. I feel like there was something I watched where maybe it was even a dream, where someone's like femur got cracked. I feel like it was a dream.
What happened? That happens once in a while.
And whatever it was, that clip stayed with me, and
Yeah.
it freaked me out.
Yeah, that could happen in basketball. That's
Right,
happened.
that's true.
Happened to Tom Segura. His arm fucking flipped back or something like that.
Was he just walking around?
He
Or?
was playing basketball and he fell. Right? What was it?
You have to see this. It's nuts.
Well, she doesn't want to see it, right? Do you want to see it?
Oh, you
me
want
see it.
to? You want to see?
I mean, dude, I can't watch it.
If it's someone, do you see it come out of the socket?
Here's the thing: 'cause
No.
when I see Tom, I feel like it's going to happen again. Like I just see
He's
it.
got those slippery joints.
I was it's the worst. So I understand what you're saying, but no, it's two warriors that know all of it.
Coming in with everything they've got.
Yeah, like one guy. Okay, so this guy's good at boxing. He'll go take him down to the ground. Now that guy has to get out of that.
Right.
And then he's trying to get on top. And then this guy's a wrestler. His strength, he'll take him. He knows how to defend against getting the take. It's just so much shit going on with these guys now that when you see a mixed martial art guy, it's the top of the top.
And afterwards they're all fucking bloody and all that, and they're like thanking everybody. Like that's like the ultimate grace.
As soon as they're done, they hug each other.
Right.
No matter what was said, no matter what was done, those are two people that did what we've been doing since the beginning of time. And they're doing it in a safe environment for our entertainment, I guess. But you're not just watching guys beat the shit out of each other. You're watching guys who learned an art form, which is boxing, which is jiu-jitsu, which is taekwondo and rest. That's crazy. And they're doing it in front. I think but jiu-jitsu to me is the best because it's like there's no really punching involved. It's actually
Jiu-jitsu is the one where it's like you use like certain parts of your body to like manipulate the power of it.
That's judo.
Okay.
Which is insane too.
Right.
Like I would actually, judo is fucking nuts too. Judo is like throws and stuff.
That's
like
what I'm
that.
thinking of, yeah.
Which is, I mean, it's crazy that we thought of that shit. We figured out
Right.
a smaller I love this because a smaller person can beat a bigger person, which with just up
Tactic.
here.
Yep. Have you ever had I don't know if you go to a chiropractor, but have you ever had like a real like petite person do an adjustment?
No.
I was in Vegas once and they brought the chiropractor, like comes out and it's this tiny little woman. She's probably like 60. And I was like, all right, like, let's see. This woman, Like because she knew how to use her. She threw her weight around and then crack, 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 crack. And I was like, "Do people not take you seriously when you come in?" She was like, "Yeah, of course not."
Yeah.
And she cracked the shit out of me.
Let me see. What do we got here? This is terrible. All right, can you? This light is killing us.
This
guys.
is Tom Segura.
Guys, this light needs to go
getting
up
popped
and
out.
down. Guys,
Hold on.
hang on 1 second. Yeah, make a cut here. Fix that light, Danny.
Okay.
Mark that.
I'm gonna mark this right down.
Thank you.
Bring it way up and then tilt it down, please. How are we supposed to have we have a fucking flat screen for the guests, and you put a light in front of it.
right,
Also,
let's see these
while
bones
before
get
we
bigger.
Go
bring
up
back,
higher and just tilt it down. Yeah, you can tilt. Yeah. There's another pole over there. Yeah, I can move it. I just gotta get out of it. All right, he's gonna move.
also-
it.
Oh, so he breaks his arm.
What's that,
Oh,
Danny?
God.
also, just so we're at 5505.
Yep.
And reminder about the Facebook thing.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff, dude. I got to talk to you, but we really went off on topics. We're gonna go. We'll watch this and then we'll go. Can you move it over? Yeah, you move it over to the other bar.
Wow.
Okay, here we go. That's much better. Yeah.
That's a
Thanks, Joe.
thank you.
Look at his stomach. Look at your
Look at the
stomach. And look at
friggin-
Joe's stomach. That's called a cheese stomach.
That is
All right, yeah. Turn it this way.
high quality.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
cool
we
that you
go.
guys can.
I don't know if I can watch this.
All right, let's see it.
I mean, I don't know if Danny, you're.
It's because you know it's coming. I mean,
but
I know
Danny
it's coming
loves
too, but
showing shit like this.
Okay. We're back.
All right. Yep. All right. Let's check
it.
this out.
I don't even know which one
He's the black guy.
Okay. Oh. Hey!
His
Damn.
leg.
Damn.
Was it his arm?
Damn.
His arm, right? What was it? His arm or leg? I don't fucking know.
Yeah, that doesn't look good. But you know what? You don't see the
Yes.
but that doesn't look good. And you know what also? We can both probably relate to that type of, you know what I mean? Like he's kind of running up.
No, I can't.
That would be me if I was playing, you know.
I want to ask you a question, like,
Yeah.
because I lost all this weight. I got the surgery, right? And now I'm at the point where the surgery's kind of, the governor of it is kind of going away. But I'm starting to eat. I still eat right.
Yep.
But I'm working out now.
Great.
But I need to lose that. I need to build.
What kind of workouts are you doing?
Okay, I'm just doing dumbbell workouts.
Great.
So I'm just working with dumbbells. I'm doing probably if I do curls, I'll do like a 20-minute workout, and I'll do max 8 to 10,
Great.
4 sets on each thing.
There's a guy I follow a lot named Mike Israetel, and I think he's got like the most like practical advice on workout stuff. So I'll try to like Ian turn me on to him. So I'll watch him, and then progressive overload, because you need to send the message to your muscles that we need more of it. So basically, like you want to do resistance training where it's like each time you do it, you want to do another rep or another set or something where it's just a little bit more. So say you do 10 pounds, you do 3 sets, 8 to 10 reps at 10 pounds. The next time you do one more set, one more rep, one more or more weight, because then your muscles are like, whoa, we need more. And then you get through the nutrition. Then it's going to be, then when you sleep, that's when your muscle really builds too.
When you
so the
sleep.
recovery is really
and when you
important.
sleep, I should have like a protein shake before, like casein or something while I'm sleeping.
That would be great, because you want to also, and this is me kind of like paraphrasing different bits and pieces, with when you're really trying to build the muscle, you want to be spreading out the protein. That's like one like pretty popular school of thought, that you want to be getting like 20 to 25 grams of protein each time you eat.
I wake up,
to
have a
spread it out.
protein shake in the morning.
Great.
So I get like 30 grams of protein.
Great.
And then I'll have like this morning, I had like ground turkey with
And
an
it's
egg.
a bitch getting enough protein. I mean, it's like
Yeah.
tracking it is a pain. You should probably get, I'm gonna say like 150 grams of protein a day.
Right.
But I err on the side of like have a lot of protein.
But how do I, like now I got this 20 pounds right here.
You can do it.
How?
It's gonna be because you're old. Have you gotten your like hormones checked and all that stuff? I would go get your hormones checked. They might
Why?
want to put you, because it could be you want to get your testosterone levels checked.
400.
What's that?
400. That was my T.
Oh, see, I don't know what the numbers are, but I know
800.
you want to.
750, 800 is normal.
Okay,
Under
then-
4 is below. Get it? Yeah.
Yeah, get some.
But I'm a nerd.
Why not?
Because I'm like I don't like I'm not doing steroids, right?
No, don't do steroids,
But I'm not. I like testosterone. Like, is that?
because your body
I don't
makes
want
it.
to. I don't want to hit my wife.
It's gonna be.
I don't want to fucking You know what I mean? I said turkey.
It's not ground enough. If you even get close to something like that, then you just say,
So
okay,
what
it's
is
not.
T gonna do? What is testosterone gonna do?
I wish I knew like the more, because I don't look into testosterone as much, but it's gonna help your body put on muscle and just like replenish someone who knows. We should pull it up because I don't want to misquote this because it is really
You
important.
can misquote it.
Basically, your body is naturally producing it. Was naturally producing it anyway.
Yeah.
T levels decline. All types of stuff starts declining.
Right.
NAD, all these things like your mitochondrial health, your cells. You want to just help boost that up because one thing with longevity, it's not anti-aging. It's not necessarily about like extending your life, which might happen, sure, by a couple years, but it's about improving the quality of your life while we're here.
Right.
Now, I don't know you, but I've been fucking miserable for so long that all of a sudden now I'm like, okay, how can I make this a little bit better?
Why are you miserable?
I have been. I don't know if it's the chemical or what the shit, but I feel better now.
Right.
And I do think one thing with men is getting your hormones checked, dialed in. I do think testosterone just helps. For visceral fat, I am really into peptides. There's a peptide called tesamorelin that's an ipamorelin that is supposed to specifically help visceral fat.
That's belly fat.
Belly fat, yeah.
Yeah, the fat.
Which is
The fucking the ham
the
fat.
disdain on his face. When
I
he says
hate
that.
it.
But it's that stuff. Like you can do that with your body.
I don't want to be.
It'll take a little more
to
time.
I want to thin out. Like if
Yep.
I could look like you, I'd be so happy. I'd leave my wife. I wouldn't leave her. I wouldn't. I would.
for a day. You go on a trip. You do a little. You come right back.
She would hate me.
Yeah. You imagine.
Bobby,
What?
do you think the reason that like you always hear when you used to be more angry and Soder and Joe always have stories of him you
That my
yelling
tea
at them?
dropped?
Do you think because your tea dropped is why you're nicer now?
Danny, why don't you shut the fuck up?
It's so.
You want my tea? Is that what you want? You want my tea up?
I can see how they're afraid of. They're like, no, with the testosterone. I was talking.
I was a fucking asshole because they were dickheads. How's that?
It could. I would say go to a hormone doctor or a longevity expert or a TRT clinic and get it checked out.
I did. It was $400.
And did they say anything about supplementing it?
You know what's weird? I tried to get it checked out, and this is going to be weird, and I might get shit for this. There was a woman doctor,
Yeah.
and she was like, "Why do you want to do this?"
It's so interesting too because you hear that so when women talk about going to a male gynecologist, maybe they're not understanding what's going on.
She was like, "Why do you want to do this?" And I'm like, "Well, my tea's. Well, why do you want to bring your tea back?" It was almost like I don't want men with testosterone.
Get her out.
I
go to
feel like-
another one.
I
go
feel
to
like-
someone who's gonna take it seriously.
Yeah, it's like because I want my fucking
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I don't want to be a cuck to people like you.
And that's what you should have said. And then she would have said you got too much. But also,
And then
it's
she
like
fucking grabbed my balls.
It's almost
which
like-
fucking. I was like, my tea's back now.
it's almost like it's like a bad spin on testosterone for people to always be like putting it in the category of like the bad things that it does.
It's not bad.
because it's not. It's gonna help your body. Like it'll help you put on muscle. There's almost no reason not to do it.
Right. And
I think.
And it's weird too because I found out I have all these things that I thought I was mentally ill, never to be fixed my whole life. And then recently I found out I had ADHD, I have dyslexia. And
I'm dyslexic too, and I have ADHD too.
Yeah. And you have ADD? What is ADD?
They fucking updated it, so ADD is now all ADHD, and it's so frustrating because like whenever I post stuff about ADHD online, people are always like weighing in about if it's ADD or ADHD. I'm like, give me a break.
Right.
I'm neurodivergent. I don't know, and I don't know. The dyslexia is hard for me to understand too.
I can't read and I can watch it. If you give me a book on how to do something, I can't do it. But if you show me a video, a 10-minute video of
You'll
a
take it
guy
right
doing,
in.
I suck it in and I know it and I just go do it. I built a bookshelf, like a beautiful bookshelf for my son. I watched a guy on a video do it and I just did it. Once, maybe twice, I went and built it.
I'm the opposite. So if I watch someone do it, I'll be like, good for you.
If I read it, I'm fucked.
I have to read it, and my short-term memory sucks.
I can't.
But I don't know it's hard to know what's dyslexia, what's ADHD. Do you take anything for the ADHD?
No, not yet. Do you take something? What do you
I
take?
take Vyvanse. It helps, but it's like,
What?
I mean, I started taking, I think it was Ritalin when I was in high school.
Okay.
And that, when I first went on it, because I don't know if it's different now, but back in the day, they'd go, okay, here's the pill.
Yeah.
And you take it. I didn't know what the fuck it was. All I knew was I was at this school. I got kicked out of it. And then I started taking Ritalin. And while I was figuring out where I was going to go back to school, this is like freshman year of high school, I remember I'm on the Ritalin. I would be up at 8 a.m. organizing my dad's comic book collection. I was geeked out. I didn't know it at the time. All of a sudden, I'm up. I got a categorize.
Really?
I didn't know because they don't tell you what
My
it
wife
is,
would love me on that.
what it does to your brain.
If I woke up doing dishes, cleaning the house.
And then it does make you crash.
Okay.
But it's like these are powerful drugs, and no one's explained. Only in the it's only.
What
in
does
the past.
Vyvanse do? Why
Vyvanse
is that different?
Vyvanse is mixed with something called, I think it's L-theanine or some. The way that it doesn't give you the spike the same way Adderall does.
Right.
But and they say it's supposed to be good for people who have addiction. It's better for people with addiction if you just take this one instead of Vyvanse because it doesn't give you.
But
that
does it help
hit.
you focus?
That's
Does it?
That's what it. Yeah.
It helps you. How
All of
many
those-
milligrams do you take?
I take 30. And I don't take it every single day because it can mess up your sleep, but it doesn't. It's supposed to be a calmer, more subtle. It stays in your system like 13 hours.
Right. So you Vyvanse, and it helps you get work done and
It helps you
focus
get
on a
work
thing.
done, yeah.
What's the worst thing you've ever done? What's the craziest thing because you're ADHD or ADD?
Man, I don't know.
Come on.
I don't know it's hard to know what's ADD because I'll always be like hesitant to like blame ADD.
Yeah.
But it's like I don't know how all the different ways it's affected my life. And I've been medicated for a long time on it. But it makes you focus, but also you can't necessarily control what you're going to focus on, which is real big.
Oh, really?
Or like a big part of ADD, which I learned about, is hyperfocus. So it'll be like if you have a hard time switching gears, like when I get focused on something and then you try to get me off it, I'm like, I'm doing this. I have a hard time like there's like a mental dexterity thing where it's like I just do focus on the one thing. Do you hyperfocus?
Well, my wife will take advantage of that because she knows I might have OCD too. I don't know if it's my AD. I don't know what the fuck
That's
it
the
is.
thing. When you got both of them, we
but
don't know what's going on.
My wife, she did it this morning. So all the wires behind the TV, we're selling a house. So she wants me to, so she knows that when, like, she'll give me a task. Like I came home after being on the road Sunday and she goes, hey, can you help me with this branch?
Right.
And then I'll go over there. She'll be like, yeah, this tree needs to be cut down and that's all going in the gutters. And she'll have all the stuff out. And I'll be like, yeah, I'll help you. And I cut the thing and I'm like, well, that branch needs to be. And then I'll cut. And then I'll be like, oh, I'm going to get over on
Yeah,
that.
you get
all of a sudden I'm on the roof,
Right.
cleaning the gutters.
Right.
I trimmed all the hedges. I cut all the trees back and I'm climbing a tree. And I'm like, you bitch.
Right, you got me out here. You
fucking
knew.
got me. And she's like, we needed to get it done.
Yep, she's got little snacks laid out, see her out there. So Vyvanse or something could help you, but if you got this far without it, maybe you don't
I
need
haven't
it.
got far.
Maybe-
I got to a point and I've literally plateaued for 4 years.
Maybe I mean, to me, 4 years doesn't sound too bad, but we always want to be moving forward. So maybe the Vyvanse maybe it would help.
I'm going to look like you.
Or NAD.
We should do a photo shoot.
There's something called
there
NAD
we
that
go.
is a.
I want to talk to you real quick about
Yeah.
this. You had a Facebook group.
It wasn't a Facebook group. It was a Facebook group. She had a podcast called.
You had a podcast.
There's a Facebook group for her podcast,
Right.
That was secret. The Secret Keepers Club
Yes.
had a
Secret Keepers Club.
Yeah,
And it was for women only.
No.
Yeah.
it was mostly women. It was 99.
And somehow my producer Danny got in it.
Oh, I don't think it was ever. I did Secret Keepers Club with Carly Aquilino for 2 years. Then I had there is a Facebook group called Emma's Dilemmas, and it probably is mostly women, but it wasn't like advertised like
Oh,
that.
right.
It was just like that's who.
Did you know Danny got in it?
Hey, welcome to the club. Thank you, Danny. Thanks for the support. Like and subscribe.
There was a funny situation. I joined the Secret Keepers Club because I was doing a
What?
show with the Secret Keepers Club Facebook group.
The
Nice.
What? Say it one more time.
Secret Keepers Club Facebook group.
And then
There you
now just Carly does that podcast. She is funny though. I haven't talked to her in a long time, but
But this was a while back, and I joined it because I had you on a show and I was trying to promote. And I was going to
Yep.
post about the show. And after I joined the Facebook group, I saw that a friend that's not a close friend, but that's not a comic. His girlfriend is in the group and posted something to this group. To your podcast fans, just shitting on her husband, who is my friend, saying he stinks at sex and she doesn't love him anymore, and just like full on shitting on my friend, not knowing she doesn't know me. I've never met this girl, but I've met her husband many times, not knowing that I saw it. It was pretty crazy.
So
did you say something?
I did not.
you didn't tell the guy?
No, I didn't.
I mean, that's getting real involved in their life because they're married. But to me, that's where not being anonymous is key.
Yeah, but she didn't think an autistic Jewish kid was going to sneak
Right.
in.
Danny.
And
Yeah.
fucking Danny.
Yeah. What are you doing in here?
And she's in there trying to trash her stupid boyfriend
Brutal.
who has a
Husband.
sucks in husband.
Husband.
And you never told him?
I didn't know what to do.
I don't know. You should be like, yo, dude, check this out.
That's brutal.
You have no man code.
That's brutal.
I would have screenshotted that immediately.
But then you're so
Oh,
involved.
let me tell you.
So what?
So involved.
I screenshotted it. I just sent it to other friends.
Wow. Oh my God, you should start your own secret group, you piece of shit. Wow, what a fucking piece of trash you are.
That's when so many things, it's like a lot of things had to line up for you to then be witnessing that. And then you're like, I know too much. I'm in too deep.
God damn you, pussy.
It is her fault for posting in not a public group, but a group with people you don't know.
A group of people that, for Emma, not you.
She should have done it anonymously, I think. But also, whatever to, I guess, I don't know. I would really, really want that to be under a fake Facebook account so you can't get it tracked back.
I want you to send that to him. Are they still married?
I think so, yeah.
Oh my God.
What would you have done if she said she cheated?
Oh,
That makes it even more complicated.
that you blackmail her into doing stuff to you. That's what you do.
I would be maybe scared if you got more testosterone. Actually, no. I would be curious if you got me. Oh, you're smoking those.
You make
cigars.
her touch your dick.
Right.
That's what you do. Emma, anyways, how you doing?
I wonder if it does make. I bet it doesn't make people more aggressive. Though. I think it really just like helps them balance out. But I'll be curious. We'll see. Maybe next time I'll see you.
You come in, I'm yoked out.
Yeah, like you're flipping the table over.
All right, listen, you're fantastic. What are you
Thank you.
promoting? What do you got?
Right now, I'm going to be on tour. All my dates are at www.IamEmmaWillmann.com, and I've got a podcast called Ask Men Anything with Betches Media. I'd love to have you on that anytime.
Yeah.
And I've been, there's a movie, we filmed it like 3 years ago, which I guess isn't that long, but it's out in theaters now, called Ezra with Bobby Cannavale.
My parents just saw it, said
I
it was
love
amazing,
that
and
guy.
loved you.
I love it.
He's such a good actor.
He's
I
amazing.
feel stupid even saying that because it's like, yeah, but we spent time together before then I watched him on set.
Yeah.
And I'm glad it went in that order because I think if I had seen him acting in scenes, I think I would have been then like starstruck interacting with him.
Sure.
Because I was watching him.
Yeah.
This is what a good I was like, there was a line in the script and it got cut from the movie, but in the script, he says, I forgot what I'm going to say. That's in the script. His character says this. And I'm like watching, and if you on the set, they'll have like, there's all these like prompters set up for the people to like, the makeup artists to watch what's going on so they know when to run in and like fix the nose or whatever. Yeah. So I'm watching it, the makeup artist saying, I've read the script. I know the line is him saying, I forgot what I'm going to say. Even though he's such a good actor, I'm watching him do this. I sincerely was like, oh my God, he forgot what he was going to say.
Really? Yeah.
That's how in the moment he was. Like I was like, wait, did he really forget? And that happened 2 times where I'm literally like, wait, that's how this, and like afterwards, like, what do you even say? I was like, you're really good. And he was, thanks.
He was so good in everything he did. But when I saw his penis in Boardwalk Empire,
he shows his penis in Boardwalk Empire?
it is
You're kidding me.
amazing.
I bet.
It's the exact, I hate when I see an actor.
He shows his penis in Boardwalk
It
Empire?
is awesome.
Really?
Yes. Bring up Cannavale's penis, Boardwalk Empire.
Because isn't that's a TV show, right?
It's a HBO show.
And
there's a scene where he just pans up and it's out, and I'm
No
like,
way.
I was literally stood up. Me and my wife, we both stood up. We're like, bravo, Bobby, bravo. Oscar, Emmy goes to
The penis.
it is.
I'm not
insane.
surprised. He's a class act of a human being.
Yeah, a great guy.
I can't believe he shows his penis or something.
It is awesome.
Huh?
God bless
Good
that
for him.
man with a lot of gifts.
Yeah, it was a good. And then I watched it. The movie was very touching.
Go check it out. What's the name of the movie again?
It's called Ezra, and it's in theaters now.
Right now, go check that out. Make sure you go follow her. If you're my fan,
Thank
you
you.
aren't following her, make sure you follow her. I mean, just an awesome human being,
I
hilarious
appreciate
human
it.
being. I watched your set last night. I walked through. Was it? I think it was last night. You were on
At the
stage.
bar.
At
Fat
the bar.
Black Bar.
Yeah, it was great.
And,
Killing it.
I hope it was okay. We made the joke about your kids, kids, Lewis and your kids.
Oh, you? Yeah. No.
yeah,
That's fine.
I mean it with all respect.
No, well, there might be a couple. You never know.
Right.
Here's his penis right here. You got it?
That's all I got.
That's it?
That's all I
Oh wow!
That doesn't.
Wait, what?
Where's
There's
the
no
penis?
way he would. It was a filling.
Make it bigger.
His penis?
I can't see it. What is that? I don't even know what that is. That doesn't even look like a penis. I forget it. Hey, go to punchup.live to see all my dates. Punchup.live/RobertKelly. All my dates are up there. San Diego. I'm all over the place. Make sure my special's up there for free. So go check that out over there. And where you guys going to be?
Follow me on Instagram at Danny Braff, and you can see me the third Thursday of every month at Comedy at Verve in Somerville, New Jersey.
And if you just want to go to YouTube and type in The Cheese Show, there's a great show about cheese.
Check out my producers, Danny and Joe. They're going to be with me all over the place, so make sure you come up to them and follow them, too. You guys are the best fans in the world. If you want to, we're going to ask her some questions right now from the Patreon. You can join the Patreon, patreon.com/robertkelly. You can ask anybody who's on the show questions, and we bring them up, and you get the extra episode there, and we get an extra episode of YKWD every week with me and Mush. And we'll see you guys next week on You Know What, Dude? Later.